This El Paso History TV program is underwritten in part by the Hunt Family Foundation, an El Paso charitable trust that supports our local community. El Paso County is home to the oldest Spanish history in Texas. Here in San Elizario, this history is remembered with a day-long commemoration of the 1598 visit by Spanish Conquistador Don Juan de Onate. There was a play that portrays the Spanish history with this reenactment. There were lectures about area history. And all day there were historic displays on the San Elizario Plaza. Kids are shown how to make adobe bricks in this display from El Paso's historic Magoffin Home. American Indian history is also remembered with displays of living quarters. Other displays include firearms and clothing from El Paso's past. We even found live camels amongst the displays. Camels were in San Elizario in the 1800s as the U.S. Army experimented with them to see if camels could do well in the American desert. It took only a short time to find the answer is no. One part of the day was the 25th annual San Elizario Genealogy and Historical Society History Conference, which was free to the public. Dr. Mark Cioc-Ortega, professor of history at the University of California, Santa Cruz, spoke about the Onate expedition and La Toma, the significance of Onate's colonization, and the impact to El Paso, Texas.
So I want to, in the process of talking, clarify in greater detail why I think the term First Thanksgiving, for all of its provocative flair, is perhaps not the best way to highlight Onate's historic event.
Speakers included Javier Galvez, professor at Pomona College in California, who spoke on the Aztec culture, their language, and the Spanish.
So I'm going to give you a brief history of the Aztecs, and I'm going to go real quick so that we can kind of catch up to 2016.
Fred Morales, local historian and museum curator, spoke on the history of the San Elizario Presidio.
So far, I've written 33 books on El Paso Juarez history. My premier book is an encyclopedia set called A Chronology of El Paso and Juarez, and it incorporates a lot of the history from Senecu, Isleta, Socorro, San Eli, and the surrounding region.
Evening entertainment included a Spanish Renaissance Zarzuela Arias tribute, with various singers and a dance performance. Perhaps the highlight of the day was the annual reenactment of what El Pasoans call the first Thanksgiving in America. A talented group of Montwood High School students, under the direction of Joe Estala, reenacted the Spaniards' journey to El Paso in 1598. The Spaniards were grateful to reach the Rio Grande and gave thanks, creating a Thanksgiving event similar to the Pilgrims in Plymouth Rock, except this El Paso Thanksgiving happened 23 years before the famous Pilgrim Feast. So they beat the Pilgrims for sure, and that is why El Paso claims to have held America's first Thanksgiving. And this commemoration happens each year as the El Paso Mission Trail Association and the San Elizario Genealogy and Historical Society keep this history alive. Another historic reenactment here in San Elizario, Texas, of the first Thanksgiving. We thank the Mission Trail Association for bringing history alive here in El Paso County. For the El Paso History TV on YouTube, I'm Jackson Polk. This El Paso History TV program is underwritten in part by the Hunt Family Foundation, an El Paso charitable trust that supports our local community.